Welcome back, guys, to another edition of the Sports Heads podcast. I'm Tony.
I'm Parth, and today we have our Guru NFL expert analysis.
Yo, this is SwaggyH about to get all them NFL, alright? Alright.
Hey, SwaggyH in the building.
All
Yeah.
right. So we got a nice we got a nice recap of NFL Week 4 for you guys today, and later on we'll be debating about who we think is going to win each division. But nevertheless, let's hop into it. We're
So
starting off.
first game we're going to talk about is Cowboys Saints.
All right, all right.
So what y'all
Alright.
feel about the game? You know?
What I thought was both defenses showed up. Both offenses just looked pretty bad overall. Specifically the Cowboys, they were rolling the first 3 games, so I was kind of surprised how they got shut down, especially the Saints being ranked 28th defense. So I don't know, man. Can you help us out here?
I mean, I think it's really interesting looking at the Cowboys this season. You know, you got Zeke coming out after a holdout. You know, he's getting like roughly like 18 to 20 carries a game, but like if you see his stats, he's only getting like 35, 40, like 50 yards. He had like one or two games where he got like a good 100 yards, but like he's not really been like the Zeke that we've known, like running through people, getting like 120, 130 yards per game. So the Cowboys are really relying on the air attack this season, and the Saints did a really good job, especially that boy Marshawn Lattimore. He locked up Amari Cooper, and you know once they got the passing game shut out, you know their running game isn't like working as much as they wanted this season, and that's how you attack the Cowboys. So the Saints really showed us that in Week 4.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the Saints' ability to stop Zeke and hold him only to around two yards per carry. But I feel like you have to give it up for the Saints secondary. They really held Amari Cooper and Gallup to they really locked them up. And then the Saints offense, they also weren't that good, but at the end of the day, they got the job done.
What do you guys feel about Teddy Bridgewater? You know, coming off Breeze injury.
I don't think he performed. I don't think he performed that well. I think the defense. I think the Saints defense was the big factor, but he did get the win. So and he had one just stupid play where he took the sack and took them out of field goal range where he could have basically iced the game. So
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
I don't know. I feel like Teddy Bridgewater is a passable starter, but it's just that the Cowboys D is so good that they were able to lock down the Saints passing attack. But I feel like going forward, he should be able to gain some steam and look like a passable starter.
I mean, like looking at Teddy Bridgewater's stats here, you know, he was 23 of 30. You know, he threw 193 yards. He did have one interception though, but like the thing is, he's still like kind of a game manager at this point. You know,
Mhm.
dubs are all that matter in the NFL. As long as you keep winning games, you're a very respectable team. He got Michael Thomas actually is very intriguing to me. You know, like a lot of people kept like questioning like whether he just a system wide receiver, like he only has Breeze, that's why he's really good. But if you look at his stats, like he has like 9 receptions, 95 yards, like this previous game, and I think he's been doing really well, especially with Bridgewater being in, and I think if he continues that like over like throughout the course of the season, with Alvin Kamara and that rushing attack they have, I think even without Drew Brees, they can still go really far in this upcoming season.
Yeah, I feel like most people they don't really. I don't know. This is just my opinion, but I feel like they think of Michael Thomas as more like a deep threat sometimes, but he's more of like I don't like to say check down, but like he's more of that quick slant, like on the outside, just get you like 10, 15 yards, that kind of receiver, than more of a deep threat like Deshaun Jackson or like Marquise Brown.
who told you he was a deep threat?
I don't know. Some people think he's the deep threat.
You're talking to some stupid people.
That's true. I'll be talking to you guys.
Who told you Michael Thomas was a deep threat?
Yeah, I feel like Michael Thomas, you know, he's been really improving like throughout like the last couple of seasons. You know, the Saints, they got a good defense, they got a good offense. I mean, in my opinion, like, it's gonna be a bold prediction, but I think with what they have right now, they're gonna win the NFC. I mean, I'm gonna throw it
Win
out
the
there.
NFC,
That's a
Yeah,
fair
the
prediction,
NFC South
especially
or
when
the
Breeze comes
NFC.
back.
the NFC, the whole NFC this
No,
year.
okay. Calm
I got
down
I got
there.
that.
Calm down, Harish. Calm down.
Yeah,
You know
calm
the
down.
Cowboys are still
It's
a
one
better
good
team.
defensive game. He's going off.
I mean, I don't just look at it as one defensive game. You know, they've been like performing with Bridgewater. They have two especially talented offensive players in Kamara, Michael Thomas. You know, their defense has flaws, but once you got Breeze coming back, like leading that offense, and you know, if you look at it last year, they're just one like stupid ass Nicole Roby Coleman call away from making. So
Yeah.
I think this year with like everything, the NFC being like all like jumbled up, I think experience matters like the most toward the end of the day, and the Saints will come out on top. Is my prediction. So
Right.
we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of Cowboys and the rushing attack, do you think their whole offense relies on their rushing attacks? So if their rushing attack goes and then Dak Prescott can get going and stuff.
Uh,
No, you know, wait, who's the new offensive coordinator? I forgot his name.
Kellen Moore.
Kellen
Yeah,
Moore.
Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore, like this year, he's been using the passing game a lot more than like recent years. You know, Dak Prescott, you don't really see him throw for like more than 300 yards per game. But like this year, you know, since they're kind of easing Zeke back in, they're actually relying a lot on the passing game. So I think that makes them more versatile this year. Except you need to have Zeke like when it matters most because I feel like he's not really reached that rhythm yet. So I don't really trust the Cowboys as much as I trust the Saints.
I,
That's just in my
yeah. Yeah, I don't I mean I still think they rely on their rushing game a lot because like what before like previous seasons they would just pound the ball with Zeke and then get teams to stack the box so Dak could air it out. But I feel like this season, like they haven't had they like Zeke hasn't been that effective, so Dak has to like really show his arm. And the first three games, yeah, he showed like he has the makings of like a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. But I feel like this game, like he really showed some of the criticism like some why people have been criticizing him so much over the years.
yeah, that's true. All right, what do you feel about that Minshew magic? You know, that
Oh, porn star Minshew out here, you know
bro,
that
he got that
mustache.
mustache, bro. He got he
Yeah,
got all them girls, bro. He got everything, bro. My boy
no,
Minshew.
bro. And he was down 17-6 too against the Broncos. Came back and he had like one play which were just really magical.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
that play. Oh my god. Scrambling out of the pocket, throwing to the
Oh,
end zone.
yeah. I think the biggest headline of that day was actually Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
He ran for 225 yards, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah, with 29 carries,
I mean, if you look at
7.8.
like if you look at his previous games, you know, like I think against the Titans, he was actually in negative rushing yards until he got like one big 70-yard rush. So I think like having Leonard Fournette back in the rushing attack and having like a guy like Gardner Minshew who makes big plays like time and time again down the stretch, you know that these Jaguars can possibly win the AFC South. I'm not saying that they will, but I feel like the AFC South is like a division that's like really
Yeah,
up for toss right now. And if you got a quarterback like Minshew, you have a chance. That's all I'm
they
gonna say.
they might they might win the AFC South, but how do you think not having Jalen Ramsey will affect it? He sat out this week apparently due to sickness, but it's probably not that.
I think the Jaguars should actually trade him as soon as possible, just to like get like because it's pretty obvious that he doesn't want to play for the team at this point, right? So like if you trade him for like maybe another like star wide receiver or some assets that can help you in the future or maybe even help you this year, I think it'll be extremely helpful for the Jaguars because you know when you have like a guy like Jalen Ramsey, he's just like really not playing, and you know like the defense is really getting affected by it too. You know, like Joe Flacco threw like 3 touchdowns against this team. Like, come on, like that's when you know like the defense isn't like up to par and it isn't doing like as good as it should do. So I think he's a very important factor, and they have to do something about it soon.
Speaking of Joe Flacco and the Broncos, like they're 0-4 now. Do you think it's time to start thinking about the draft already?
Yes, yes, I think they're not going anywhere. So as might
I
as
mean,
well try to tank this season and try to get high, but still try to win games. Don't be like the Dolphins where you just get where you just don't try at all.
I mean, the Dolphins are like a different case entirely.
yeah. I mean, if you look at like the if you follow the news recently, you know that Bradley Chubb has actually torn his ACL.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
out for the season. So basically, you know, you don't have Bradley Chubb. You know, I mean, you kind of Von Miller's technically carrying the defensive
Hmm.
line right now. Joe Flacco, let's be honest, he's kind of washed. Like,
yeah, he's washed.
I
He
think I
he shouldn't
think
be the he shouldn't be
I
the
think I think
quarterback
it's
like
fair enough to
Zeke
say
here.
he's kind of washed. I mean, you know why Lamar Jackson was starting last year. So I think the Broncos should just take it down. Just like put their backups in or do something. I mean, it's never over till it's over. But like if you look at this Broncos team, you can get so much from the draft. And like if you look at a team like the Bears, I mean they're so ass like a couple years ago, but like look at them now. Like they're like easily like the best defense in the league. So I feel like just like go with the draft, and I think they can go pretty far.
All right.
All right, let's
I
talk
guess-
about them Bucks. How about
Oh
them
my
Bucks?
God,
Oh.
dude. I mean, I actually thought this was the most interesting game of the week. Like you have the Bucks playing the Rams, who are undefeated, and the Bucks dropped 55 points on the Rams defense. I mean, I thought that was just ridiculous for that point. And you got Godwin, you got Evans. The Bucks are like a really interesting team too if you really look at them. Like I don't know about their defense. I think their defense is kind of ass. Like they're okay, but like I think their offense has really really good weapons. I mean, if Jameis Winston steps up, you have Barber, like Jones, like they're okay, but like you have great receivers. You have Mike Evans, who's obviously like one of a top 10 receiver in this league, and you got Chris Godwin, who's like a premier like number 2 option in this league. So when you have players like that, you gotta make plays, dude. And with the NFC South, like having the Saints and like other teams that could possibly compete, the Bucks are still in the race. So we'll see how.
Do
it
you
goes.
think, speaking of the NFC South, do you think they're better than the Falcons or the Panthers?
I think right now it's too close to call. I mean, I can tell you for sure that the Saints are better than all 3 of those teams. But right now, like I'm not really sure because I'm not really seeing too much from either team that tells me that they could.
Are you sure? But the Falcons didn't look so good. Are you sure about that?
I mean, the Falcons are kind of like
I think the Falcons are out.
I think
I don't see them making it
ass,
deep.
but I don't. How do you lose to the Titans 24 to 10?
I think the Falcons are just ass. I mean, like, I think next week we gotta call our another expert analysis, Visvesh.
Yeah.
Wait. Who are they versing next week?
Let me check the schedule real quick.
Yeah, let's check the schedule real quickly. Falcons. Oh, they're versing the Texans at home. I don't think they're. Although the Texans did come off losing to the Panthers, they're not.
I mean, the thing is, like, the Texans are very unpredictable. Since they came off a loss, I think they're gonna bounce back against the Falcons.
It was clear moments where the Texans could have won that game against the Panthers, but some overthrows and some things didn't go right there.
And I think they're gonna put the Rams after that, the Seahawks after that, the Saints. Oh my God, it's not really looking like the easy schedule. I mean, but you can say never because the Bucks beat the Rams. I think that was the most surprising game of the week. So
yeah, Falcons are just basically screwed.
How do you feel about the Rams letting Jared Goff throw it 68 times?
I think the running game is like very like deteriorated this season since you have Todd Gurley who's coming off the arthritis injury. I think it's just forcing Jared Goff to throw a lot. But like I feel like you have really really good receivers. I think one of the most underrated receivers in the league is Cooper Kupp. He produces week in and week out, gets like so many touchdowns, gets like a lot of yards, and he's Goff's number 1 target. So as long as he's healthy, they have a chance.
But I think we can make it clear that their offense is better if Todd Gurley is healthy. If once Todd Gurley is healthy, I think their offense.
For sure. If you saw last year when you have like the double attack and the play action, I think Sean McVay he ran so much play action last year. So when you have Todd Gurley in that play action, like you have Woods and like Cooks and Kupp and all those guys running around the field, and Goff, young quarterback, he can find them.
Yeah, but just surprising. The Bucks beat them at the Rams home too.
Yeah, true.
I feel like I can. I'm trying to like explain why the Bucks win, but like that's just one of those games you're like, okay, whatever. Like you don't know.
And then how you have any faith left in Winston, or are you still like you still don't think?
I think he's like one of the most inconsistent QBs in the league. If you look at Mariota too, like just that QB class, they're just inconsistent QBs. They're just so one week they're like, oh, maybe they're good, and the next week they're like, no, they're just a complete shit. So like you don't really know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Bucks, I like to shout out Shaquille Barrett. He has 9 sacks this season through 4 games. That's hecka impressive.
Do you think he can break the sack record?
What's the sack record again?
I think it's 22.5 by Strahan.
No, it might be close. It depends on how many he can produce.
I mean, he's on pace for like 36 sacks right now. So I guess
he's not gonna get 36.
He is.
Michael Strahan holds it with 22.5.
Yeah, 22.5.
Yeah.
So
he might.
Maybe if he keeps up this pace, for sure.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah. Moving on to the next game. Do you guys watch the Patriots and Bills game?
I caught some of it. So
I caught some of the game too.
Yeah, that game was. it's really
Tom Brady
surprising
wasn't doing good.
because I don't know, when you think of NFL, you think of like Tom Brady and the Patriots, and the offense just wasn't clicking today. I guess. I mean, yesterday.
But we like to shout out both of those defenses. I think they're both top five defenses.
You think the Patriots defense is top five? I think the
Yeah,
Bills.
for sure.
I'm not sure of the Patriots defense. Maybe the
I think the
pass
Patriots
defense,
defense is
but
top five.
the pass
I mean,
defense.
I'm like looking at the game and like you have like the Bills defense is really good, but like
Yeah,
the
the
thing is that
Bills.
their offense is not really too depth. If you look at it, like they
Too
have
deep.
Josh Allen. I mean, he's like a young and like upcoming quarterback. But like overall, if you look at their team, they're not really like a great team.
They're
They have a
good. They're
great
a good
defense.
team with a great defense.
I mean,
They're our right team on the offense with a great defense.
I think the most interesting thing about this year is actually like the New England Patriots. I think it's crazy like how like their defense, like their offense is like not even good, but like their defense this year is so good. I mean, I'm not even sure like they don't even have like any like super duper like elite playmakers, but like you gotta give it up to Bill Belichick, man. This man's running
Well,
this
they have. I like
There's
to say.
Stephon
I think
Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore
Yeah,
is a. I think he might be. I think I'm going to put him soon at number one if Jalen Ramsey doesn't keep playing this season.
I feel
Number
like
one
Stephon
quarterback.
Gilmore's. But I think like if you look at it this way, let's go at Stephon Gilmore like before the Patriots, right? Like he wasn't the same.
Yeah,
It
he
just shows
wasn't the
like
same. Yeah,
it just shows the Patriots system is like
yeah.
damn, bro.
But once he got
Like
on the
they're
Patriots, he showed he was able to show skill level. Right now, he's locking down.
yeah.
yeah, but I don't know if the Bills can like they started off undefeated, 3-0 on the season, but now that Josh Allen is injured and Matt Barkley is in, I'm not sure. They might fall out of the playoff like playoff contention real fast. 'Cause-
Ooh, I think Matt Barkley can pull out some. A big difference between Matt Barkley and Josh Allen so far would be probably the fourth quarter because Josh Allen wasn't doing so good except for the fourth quarter. He came through.
I mean, you can't base Josh Allen just based on one game. Like Josh Allen is a really good like dual threat quarterback. He can get a lot of yards and rack up some touchdowns on the ground. But
Dude,
Matt
that
Barkley
man has
is more
a
of like
cannon.
a pocket passer.
I mean, Josh Allen has a cannon. I think a lot of people are forgetting that, dude. He
No,
has
no,
a
yeah,
cannon. He
he
has a
got
crazy.
He has
killed.
a cannon, but he needs to
Yeah.
get it more accurate.
I mean, I think the thing is this: like, you have like the Bills, they're 3-1. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't really think that. I don't really think they're gonna win the division. But they are in contention for a wild card spot. They're in good contention for a wild card spot. So, but we'll talk about that like at the end of the debate. But
Yeah.
I think they have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of 2-2, 3-1 teams right now for that wild card spot.
Yep. Speaking of 3-1, how about them? How about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens falling to the Browns?
I mean, I thought this game was like really exemplary of like how much of an impact like OBJ has on like an offense. Like, I mean, you can see like he only had 2 catches for 20 yards, but like if you see like there's so many weapons on the Browns. Like when you have a guy like OBJ like used as a decoy, like having that player, it really opens up the run game. I think I saw this one possession. I think it was the first touchdown. Like OBJ was running a slant and like another receiver wasn't running a slant, and they doubled OBJ, but then the other receiver was wide open. So like having OBJ and using him as a decoy, it's not really going to help anyone's fantasy team per se, but like it's really helping the Browns right now because you have like the running game opened up. I think the Browns felt a lot more confident playing against this Ravens defense, and it's a huge, huge, huge win because it's a win on the road against your division opponent and a team you're fighting for a division playoff spot. And congrats to the Browns for that.
Yeah, they're both 2-2 now.
I like
Yeah.
to say that I think now after this seeing this game, I think the Browns are better. Just looking at the Browns roster, they have they even the game they played yesterday, they played pretty good, but they could have played much better. They're just scratching the surface of how talented they could be because this line. Wait till Kareem Hunt comes back too. This lineup is absolutely nasty. I
You
think,
think they're
and one
gonna?
thing, and they're gonna get things. They're getting things starting. They're already getting things going now. It's gonna be over soon. I think they're gonna take. I think they're gonna fly away with this division.
Well,
I
do
think
you think Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are gonna split carries?
Yes, I
'Cause
think so. They're
I
gonna
think
split
they're gonna
carries, but
roll
it's
with
gonna be
Nick
it's
Chubb.
gonna work out though.
Because
I
Kareem
mean
Hunt,
I feel like you can do a duo back. Like the
Yeah,
ones that
duo
the
back.
Falcons
Yeah,
did a couple
exactly.
years ago, Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman.
Freeman,
If you
yes.
really run a system like that, dude, it's like so lethal.
I mean,
It,
Kareem Hunt isn't really like a receiving back though. Devontae Freeman was a receiving back. That's how they got into work. They would like run
I mean,
with.
Kareem Hunt's received
Is
out the
he?
backfield.
Have you
Yeah,
seen Kareem Hunt with the
yeah.
Chiefs, bro?
I thought he was
He
just a
received.
workhorse.
No, I
No,
mean like look
No,
at
he's
with the
not.
Chiefs. Like he got so many receptions.
I guess I'm wrong.
And that's just the offense. We haven't talked about the
Oh
defense.
yeah,
Miles Garrett, they
defense is
got
stacked.
Denzel Ward, and they got everything. I mean, right now, in terms of
Olivia
talent wise,
Vernon, bro, the guy from the Giants.
Hmm.
yeah,
They got bodies down there, dude. All
I
right,
think the
let's move
Browns. I
on
think the
to my
Browns are gonna.
favorite topic of the week: the ballistic Bears defense shutting down the Vikings 16-6.
All right, I'm sorry, but Kirk Cousins has really got to step it up. The Vikings paid 84 million to this man just to score 10 points.
I think he scored less.
He didn't even score,
Honestly,
did he? Did he even throw a touchdown? He scored 6 points.
yeah, like if you look at like the Vikings actually, like you have a guy like Kirk Cousins, and he's not really throwing the ball. They're a run first team. Dalvin Cook has
Yeah.
had a tremendous season this year. But like once you have like a defense like the Bears, their job is to shut down the main running back, right? So once they shut down like their main running back, in Dalvin Cook, then you have like Kirk Cousins. He has to make throws. He has to like throw for 200, 300 yards. And then I think Adam Thielen even he said in an interview, he's like, like you can have like the best running back in the league, but like at the end of the day, you can even run for 180 yards. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a quarterback who can make the throws down the field, you're not going to win. And I think that's what's really showing with the Vikings. Their QB is complete garbage.
I,
And
Wait,
I think
okay,
so
I
that's the
wouldn't.
reason.
Adam Thielen said that?
Yeah, Adam Thielen said that.
I mean,
I think
say.
he's calling out Kirk Cousins.
I wouldn't say Kirk Cousins is like complete garbage because like he showed flashes of what he could do back in Washington, but I think
Nah,
it's
he's
mainly
complete garbage. In
because
The
Washington, he
thing,
was
the thing,
inconsistent.
if you look at Kirk Cousins and like, if you look at like the key moments in his career, when it mattered most,
yeah,
he
he
always
doesn't show
chokes.
up.
He always chokes.
But I feel like he can take your team to the playoffs. It's just that I don't know. I don't like Mike Zimmer's like approach. He's a really run first. He wants the Vikings to be a run first team, but I feel like when you go against elite defenses, you can't just run the ball. You have to beat them
I, I,
through the
I
air.
feel like this. I feel like we can debate this, but I feel like the problem is not really for Mike Zimmer. I feel like he's doing like a lot of running and like he's trying to like pass the ball like through play action, but Kirk Cousins is just not making the throws, right? So like it has to go on Kirk Cousins at the end of the day.
I mean, on the flip side, Mitchell Trubisky, he was out. Chase Daniels had to step in. How does that look for the Bears?
I think the Bears are actually going to be like a really, really good team no matter what. Because if you look at this defense, like first of all, I don't know, they had a couple injuries, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know who. Do you know who was out? Like I forgot. Like
I can check right now. Let's see. Oh, you mean to their defense?
yeah,
All right.
I think it was Knicks and some other guy. But like, if you look at the guy, even with those like their primary starters out, they are locking up teams. Like they limited the Packers to 10 points, the Vikings to 6 points, and the Redskins got some garbage time points. It's fine.
Mhm.
But like if you look at their team, they're really, really, really so good on defense.
Yeah,
I've never seen a team this good on defense like since um the 2016 Broncos or maybe like the Jaguars like a couple years ago. They're really, really good. But like other than those two teams, dude, like this Bears defense is something else. Like they're really like getting the
Yeah, man,
quarterback.
they're super good. Yeah, Rokon Smith was out, and they still balled out.
I mean,
They got
this.
Danny Trevathan too, dude. Khalil
Yeah,
Mack, dude. I feel like we can
strip
make a
sack.
real. I feel like you can make a real case that Khalil Mack is the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah,
He better than
Other,
Donald.
yeah,
I'm calling. He better than Aaron
yeah.
Donald. Listen
This
to
year
me.
he's definitely been better.
No, he's just
I feel
better.
like Aaron
He's
Donald's a
No,
better player, but I
last
feel
year
like you
Aaron
can make
Donald
it.
was better.
I mean, see, the thing about Aaron Donald is like he's an inside
D tackle.
rusher, right? So
Yeah.
it's harder for him to get
yeah.
sacked.
It's harder for him to get to the quarterback, but
But like looking
he's
at
put
Khalil
like
Mack,
no
dude, like
pressure so far.
I saw the Vikings game yesterday, and they're throwing 2 or 3 guys at this guy, and he's still sacking the quarterback. Like that's just not normal, dude.
I mean,
There's the bear.
Hmm? What'd you say?
Nothing. You can go.
Oh, I was just gonna ask the point. Like, do you think like defenses can still win championships because like with the introduction of like RPO and like these more like offensively driven like teams, do you think like good old hard sturdy defense can still win you like a championship?
No, you need some. You need some type of offense. It
If you
doesn't
see
have to
like
be the greatest amount of offense, but you need some.
I think that's where the Bears really need to improve the
Yeah,
most.
the
Like their
bit.
offense
Yeah,
is so bad. Like I don't know how you have a defense so good and have an offense so bad. Like I don't know what they run at practice. I'm pretty sure like the defense like keeps intercepting them like every play, but like
I mean,
I seriously don't know.
I think in practice they only let Mitchell Trubisky read like one side of the field. Like he can't
Yeah,
even read a whole NFL field.
I feel like he's a young quarterback and he has like a time to develop, but like they're just not there yet.
Yeah.
That's why I don't see the Browns. I don't see the Bears as a threat to like the Cowboys or like Saints. I don't see them as that level yet.
They couldn't beat the Eagles last year.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
that's kind
I
of
mean,
the kicker. Not really that.
you have Nick Foles. It's
Well,
really
but the
interesting.
game, their defense is so good, but their offense is clearly
Yeah, their
not.
offense doesn't.
It
Yeah.
just shows. It just shows. It's
I mean, the
not.
thing is that they have some offensive weapons. It's not like they have nobody. They have Allen Robertson, David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen.
Hmm.
They have players, but like you gotta like utilize it. What Matt Nagy does with the offensive system, but you gotta make sure it's productive, dude. Like there's too many 3-and-outs, too many field goals in the goal line. I mean, I saw the game yesterday. They're inside the 25 like 3 times, 3 field goals. So if you punch it in for a touchdown, the Bears could win by 40 that game, but like because the defense was dominating that much. But it is what it is. They got the dub, 3-1, second in the division. So yeah.
All right.
I feel like we got. I think it's not really on the list of topics today, but I think we really need to talk about the Chiefs and Lions game. That was
Oh,
that was.
Yeah.
damn! Them Chiefs lucked out, bro. They lucked out like crazy. The Patrick Mahomes overrated, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Overrated
Okay.
out here,
Calm
bro.
down. Calm down. Calm.
Overrated.
Okay,
Calm down. Calm down.
yeah, I think Patrick
Overrated.
Mahomes is the best QB in the league.
Yeah.
We can talk.
Oh my gosh, he
MVP.
hasn't won anything
MVP.
yet. You're gonna say that he lost to Tom Brady in the AFC Championship game,
I mean, but Tom Brady the goat though.
Yeah.
So
Tom
like,
Brady's the GOAT.
but you just said Mahomes is better.
No,
I
we're
mean, this year
saying
he is.
he's better this season.
No, he's not.
Yes,
I
he.
Lamar
look
is
at
the best player this season.
Who?
Lamar.
Lamar, yes.
Bro, he got clapped by
Lamar.
them brownies, dude.
Baker Mayfield's better.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's
Okay,
stop.
okay, I'm playing, but Rodgers is the GOAT. Let's calm down.
No. No.
Rodgers.
No. Okay. You know what? I might have to kick you off the show.
I'm gonna kick you off the show.
You
You're
can't.
the
I
one who
haven't
picked
said
the Colts.
anything.
You picked the Colts over the Raiders, bruh.
Okay. Okay. No, I'll give you that. The Raiders really showed me that game that their defense
They
can
showed
play.
you that there are Super Bowl contenders. Listen to me. Super Bowl contenders.
What?
Oh yeah, we should talk about the Raiders game too. Like what do you guys feel about that?
Recording something.
I feel like they show that they're Super Bowl contenders.
I mean, I think they're a good team, but like you have Derek Carr, he's playing pretty well. They got I don't know who they have on defense. Like Fontes Burfict got
Yeah,
suspended.
let me talk about that. That's some whack shit there.
Okay, no,
Fontes
he
Burfict-
deserved to
he
get
should have not
suspended.
got- Okay, that's just because based off of all his other plays from previous years, but just that play alone does not deserve it.
Yes, it does.
Were you high, man?
How can you defend someone who's actively trying to injure other players?
He did not even purposely try to injure him. The guy didn't even get injured.
What do you mean? He made helmet on. He knew what he was doing.
He didn't know he was going. He was just trying to tackle him, and he actually got helmet to helmet, bro.
Why would you tackle someone if they're on the ground already?
He wasn't on the ground already. He was going to the ground, and he tackled.
Okay, that actually brings me to a new topic. What do you guys think about like the new NFL rules, like how like they're calling holding like every 2 seconds? Calling
BS,
all these-
especially
Yeah, that's
roughing the
BS.
passer.
I think
Roughing
they.
the passer.
You can go.
No, I just hate the roughing the passer call so much.
Oh yeah, the roughing. Yeah, I think I read something. It's like the NFL, like they're getting the referees together and they're telling them to like loosen up on the calls because there's been so many like holding calls over the first 3 or 4 weeks.
No, it's actually ridiculous, bro. Like
Yeah,
I've been
I
watching
know.
so many games. Every big run, bro, like there's always a holding call.
Yeah,
And it's pissing me off. Like it's pissing me off because you can't see games anymore. There's like holding on offense, holding. Like, shut up, like dude. I'm trying to watch a game where there's like not any holding calls. It's like entertaining, but like stupid ass NFL referee's gonna screw it up for me.
yeah.
And especially like for roughing the passer, like the guy's like has his momentum, he just barely pushes him, and they call roughing passer.
Yeah, what the hell? That's what I don't understand too. Like, you have like a defender running at like a quarterback, and let's say like the quarterback just releases it, like, and then the defender just already running, so he goes at the quarterback. Why do you call it a roughing the passer, bro?
Yeah,
Like, it's what it is, right? Like, the defense can't stop itself.
yeah. But I feel like as you go further down the season, there's gonna be like less calls because they're gonna get it right.
All
Yeah.
right, we got a little sidetracked, but Chiefs Lions. Do you guys
Oh
think
yeah,
Chiefs? Do you think Chiefs are gonna come out of the AFC?
yeah. It's between
Uh,
the Chiefs and the Patriots. I'm not sure though. I think
You
I have
gotta
to give
pick.
it to the Patriots. Just
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
I think we gotta. I think on the flip side, we gotta take a real look at these Lions team right here. You know, they only lost one game, and they lost to the Chiefs by like 4 points. So they're really, really good. I mean, I think we're kind of underestimating them. I think they're still in the race for the division and the wild card. So
No,
what
they're
do you guys
still in
think
the
about
race,
that?
but they're not gonna do anything come playoff time.
I think that's true too. I mean, you have a quarterback
yeah.
like Matthew Stafford. I mean, like, are you really gonna trust Stafford?
No,
Stafford's like 0-6 in the playoffs, right? He's never won a
I mean,
playoff game.
I
yeah,
don't.
something's.
Yeah, I don't think he's won a playoff game.
Yeah, I don't think I could trust these Lions then.
What do you guys think about the division? Each division.
East Division.
All right, let me pull it. Let's look at each division. Okay, I'm looking at the divisions. Tony, what's your favorite football team?
The New York Jets.
Their
All right,
ass.
shut up. The Dolphins are more ass. Okay.
Dude, this is not fair, bro. The Patriots had to play with the Jets. How lucky can you possibly be to play with the Jets and Dolphins in your division? You know what type of dream that is, bro?
It's that Belichick magic, dude.
Uh huh.
He knows Tom Brady is regressing, so he had to do some dark magic, you know.
Okay, Tony. I think we gotta pause the brakes on that. You know, the Jets are complete shit.
That's what I said.
The Jets are ass. The Dolphins are ass.
All right,
The
all right.
Bills are ass.
The Bills are alright, but they're not gonna compete with
I
the
mean, they're not
Patriots in
good,
the
but like
division.
the Pats get to play the Dolphins and Jets 4 times.
I know, bro.
Like, do you think that's even fair at this?
That's like just a easy 4 wins, bro, on their
Whoa,
schedule.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
25% of their
whoa.
games is
I mean,
automatic
I
four.
mean, the Bills almost beat him. Okay,
The who almost beat them?
the Bills.
Only
Yeah,
option
but
is
the Bills are
replace it.
they're a
Just
solid team. The
scratch.
Jets and Dolphins
Unnecessary
are
repairs
ass.
don't fly outside.
What?
The Bills are a solid team. They're not a bad team. The
They're
Jets and
not a
Dolphins
bad.
are.
I mean, just wait till Sam Darnold gets back. Okay,
All
this
right. Let's
man
go to the.
getting
Let's,
mono. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe when I
my
first
man's
read
out
that.
here
I couldn't
kissing.
believe it.
My man's out here kissing 3 girls, bro. He gotta be kissing people on the field, all right?
Yeah, he's gonna be kissing Tom Brady's ass.
He gotta kiss up to his offensive lineman. That's what he gotta do.
That's true.
how about who wins the AFC West?
Um, I'm sorry to break it to you, Parth, but the Chiefs are winning the AFC West.
Yeah.
Look, man, look. We might not beat the Chiefs head to head, but we could beat them in record wise. Just watch.
What does that even mean?
Watch.
Where's your logic behind that, Parth? I
Yeah.
want to
What?
understand.
What?
Because the Chiefs barely beat the Lions, I don't expect them to beat some of their teams on their schedule. So they might end up with like 4 losses, and we might end up with 3 losses, 13-3.
The rate.
Raiders will be 13-3. Chiefs will be 12-4. We're good.
All right, Parth. I think you just love your team too much.
At least
I mean,
it's
it's,
not as
it's
bad
good
as
to
the
be a
Jets.
fan of a team. I mean, but the thing is that the Jets, though, I mean, like the Jets are ass. I mean, the Raiders at least have a chance, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I
Jets
feel I
just
feel like you guys are just attacking me now. This is
I
don't
mean, because I
worry.
don't know why you like the Jets. They're complete shit, bro. Like they
Why do
look
I
like
like the
Complete
nobody.
shit, but
Jets? Why don't you
the
like
Jets.
any team, Harish? Huh?
Oh,
Oh, me, bro. You
You
know,
just like football?
I talk a lot of football, but I don't
All
really like
right,
any
all right.
team, dude.
no, he's a Panthers fan. You know, he's
Panthers
like he
fan.
thinks that Allen is better than Cam Newton now. You know.
I would
Oh no,
agree.
chill. We
Wait,
gotta
you
pump the
think
brakes
Cam
on that.
Newton's still better?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
Cam Newton is definitely still better.
I
I
don't
Dude,
know.
think.
come on, Tony.
I
Okay,
feel like the injuries
let me
just took like all the mobility out of him.
Okay, I'm
Like,
I mean,
talking
let
about
me let me let me bring
when
up Cam
Cam is
Newton.
healthy. When Cam is healthy,
okay,
you
when
put him
Cam
over.
is healthy, yes, but
Yeah,
like,
when Cam is healthy, the thing is that he's been injured for like so long. I think people don't
yeah,
recognize his shoulder's been shit. So like if he gets his shoulder back, you know, he can do some damage. But I think Cal Allen is playing really well as a backup QB. They have a good defense. They have Christian McCaffrey. I think is a top 3 running back in the league. And
Yeah, I
if you
think
have
so.
Cam back
I think
healthy,
he's
you're
second.
good.
who's number
Who do
one?
you think? Who's number one?
Saquon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saquon's number one. I thought you were about to say Josh Jacobs for a second.
He's rookie of the year. I'm calling it right now. Rookie of the year. You can't tell me a better rookie.
uh,
Don't say
AJ
Daniel
Brown.
Jones, bro. Daniel
Huh?
Jones.
Oh yeah, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, the
Okay.
GOAT.
Well, I mean, he was all right against the Red. He wasn't like impressive, but he wasn't bad against the Redskins. How about the AFC North? Who wins the AFC North?
AFC North.
Um, is
Yeah,
that
I
the
think the
the
Browns are going to
division?
pull
Browns. The
away.
Browns are
Yeah, I
winning.
think the Browns are going to pull away
Yeah,
with that
Browns are
division.
gonna win.
I think the Browns. I think the Browns win that division by going 10-6.
10
Yeah,
It's gonna be.
I think they'll go. I think they'll go 11-5.
Yeah, it's really a slugfest out there, dude. None of the teams are really that good.
AFC South though.
Oh, that's
AFC
tough.
South, dude.
They're all
I feel like this is the
I
most.
3-2.
think Texas will pull through because they're just a better team than they're.
Really?
And I have faith in Deshaun Watson. I like Deshaun. I think he messed
Huh.
up the couple throws last game, but I think Deshaun Watson is a baller. All these other
Just-
teams, I mean, Minshew has some magic. Jacoby Brissett's good. Marcus Mariota's all right, but I think it's Deshaun Watson.
Just because of Minshew and Foles, and my love for Minshew and the whole Jaguars crew, I gotta go with the Jaguars, dude. Let's pull up the
I
Jaguars
really
out.
got caught up in the Minshew hype out here.
Yeah, bro, I love Minshew. Even Minshew's hella good.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the NFC. NFC East. Who wins that? Ooh, the Cowboys off makes it everything interesting.
I think the Rams will still pull out the NFC West. I mean,
No, I'm talking
oh,
about
NFC
the NFC
East. East.
oh, the East, the Cowboys are winning that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cowboys are winning.
I mean, it's close now because Cowboys lost. If the Eagles beat the Cowboys once, they'll be like 3-2, 3-2, or something like that.
I think
I don't know.
that's
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be neck and neck between Eagles and Cowboys. I think.
I think the Cowboys are gonna handle it division, but I think that's up to you because I feel like they have a great offense, they have a good defense, they have really young
I
players.
think Eagles are a really good team too.
I mean, they're a really good team, but like I don't know about Wentz, dude. I
I
don't
don't know.
think he's really proven
It was
himself
Tony's
yet.
NFC pick to come out. So
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Wentz is gonna like step it up second half of the season
yeah, I think
leading into
Wentz is a
playoffs.
baller. He just needs to
Yeah.
step it up. But Wentz is a baller for sure.
I mean, like I said earlier on the show, my pick right now is the Saints. So
Saints.
My pick right now is the Cowboys.
all right.
I picked the Eagles.
How about I think coming out of the AFC, I mean,
got the
regardless of
Patriots.
like whatever happens, all this drama or whatever you think about the AFC, you know who's gonna come out in the end. It's gonna be the Patriots.
Yeah,
So
Patriots.
I'm gonna keep it that.
I think it's Patriots. Yeah. The NFC West. I think Niners. We're Niners. Yes, sir.
I
Niners.
think Seahawks have that division.
Oh, I think we got three different opinions. I think the Rams will still close
Rams.
it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we got dude. We gotta put all our predictions on like Tony. Can you create like a chart or something and put all the
Alright,
predictions
alright.
for each division?
Well,
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
put
do
it.
it. We can do it after. We can do it after.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
it
can do it
yeah.
after because
Alright.
I feel like if we gotta like bring in you expert gurus such as Visvesh.
No, he's not an expert, dude. This man thinks the Falcons are going to go to the playoffs.
Vishwesh is the delusional fan. Okay.
I mean, we gotta bring in everyone we got on this show. You know, you gotta hype it up,
For real.
and then we can put his predictions too. And then whoever's good at the end of the season, and we see it, look back on it, then they're the winner. So good luck with that.
Do you guys want to put
Wait.
something on it?
Nah, we'll think about it later.
Alright.
How about the NFC North? Who do you think wins that?
Bears?
I think Packers.
Packers?
Yeah, I think Packers do. I think Packers. Of course, Rodgers is much better than Trubisky.
Yeah, but I feel like the Bears defense.
And the Packers defense is good. Thursday
it's
night,
good, but
Thursday night,
not
you
like
can't
the.
count.
I feel Bears defense is just like a different monster. Like
It's a
I feel
different
like-
monster, but the Packers were still able to beat them because the Bears
Their offense, their offense is
just
I
so
feel
bad.
like the Bears defense is too good.
Yeah,
to
I
pass
feel
up
like
on. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
No, I think the Packers defense is really good too.
It is. But I mean, not again.
But with Aaron Rodgers on your offense, I'm not gonna go Packers, bro.
I mean, the Packers defense really like let me down this week against the Eagles.
Yeah, but that's a Thursday night. I'm not gonna come. Most teams usually Thursday night are
Play
usually
no defense.
Are more offense. Usually, yeah, it's more offense versus defense usually on a Thursday
That's
night.
funny.
That's what more tends to be usually on Thursday nights.
All right, then we got that. Huh?
We got the
NFC South.
Let me read the order. Let me read the order in the records. So the Saints 3-1, Bucks 2-2, Panthers 2-2, and the Atlanta Falcons are 1-3.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go for. I feel like I have a completely different pick from you guys.
Yeah, I have the Saints winning this.
I have the Saints winning the whole thing. So
Yeah,
Saints.
I have the Saints going to the Super Bowl. I think so. Agree with that.
I don't know.
you guys like the Bucks.
Oh yeah, I want to say the Bucks really bad.
Dude,
Oh wait, when does Drew Brees come back?
week
Couple weeks.
7, I think.
Weeks.
Week 7.
That's too early. Yeah, the Saints are gonna win then.
Hey, yeah, you never know, but the Bucks beat the Saints in like a head-to-head matchup.
Mm.
What do you guys think of
Fitzmagic?
Taysom Hill, dude?
You think of who?
Taysom Hill.
Oh, I like him. They use him everywhere.
Yeah,
From
dude. I feel like
receiver to running back to
he's insane.
quarterback.
He's used
They use
everywhere on
him
the
all
field.
around. Huh?
He's used like on everywhere on the field, dude. Like I
Yeah,
feel like he's one of the.
he's used everywhere. He's like everywhere.
Yeah,
I think he's good. I think he's good.
he's a really good player.
Yeah, very versatile. Can use him everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Bengals Steelers games right now? Who do you guys got?
I don't know the score. You want to check
Watching the
score?
game right now,
It's
the Steelers had the Steelers had chances, turnover, and then they couldn't get to complete the 4th and 1. Bengals offense not looking so good. They literally got it inside their own 20, and they had to kick a field goal. It's just not. They're just two bad teams going at it, you know.
Oh, Nick Vannett got a reception, bro.
Yeah, he did. I saw him in the game a couple times. He does a lot of blocking too.
Damn, he just needs one more reception, and then we got this.
I see him right now. He's blocking on the left side. He's their starting tight end right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if he just gets one more reception, and then we're good. I think. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, both these teams are ass, right?
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. So I'm telling you, but Patriots, Steelers should beg back for Antonio Brown because damn, their offense just looks bad without Antonio Brown.
That's facts. Yeah. All right, guys. You guys got anything else for this podcast?
wait,
I think that's pretty much it. That wraps it up.
Yeah, that about wraps it up. So thank you guys for listening to this week's Sports Heads podcast, and tune in next week where we talk about.
Tune in next week. Young Liddy Parth out here. You know we out, baby.
You know, SwaggyH out here, bro. Hit it up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
SwaggyH.
See you guys next time.
SwaggyH, Liddy Parth, and then we have good old Tony.